You focusing? Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop today. Just gonna have some fun with this non-chooching security device. No worky, obviously. What for I got out of the machine thing with the blinky and dingus is blaring and nobody challenged me, nothing. So it's almost like I stole it. However, to put you nervous Nelly's mind at ease, this enigma wrapped in a mystery, or maybe a platitude wrapped in a palaver, Y4 came here by non-nefarious means. No doubt the astute amongst you came to that very same conclusion by a liberal, rather judicious application of Hakim's rasoir, wherein the cost-benefit ratio of shopliftee versus shopliftor is heavily weighed in the shopliftee camp because we are not 13-year-old unemployed deadbeats. And the time associated, legal fees and whatnot, with the judicial system, it just makes it not worth stealing stuff. Now, not to leave any denominators in the dust, what I am saying, and I am talking with my mouth, hear me now, crime doesn't pay. Whoosh! You, me, and Adele makes 3. Not to worry, fair viewer, I'm all done. Come on back. I'm gonna sell you a bed in a bag over here. Best bed in a bag money can buy. Now, verbal skullduggery aside, we're gonna get into the meat of her. If you're fudging what I'm packing. Because I frankly have no idea. Let us now see what a golden shower of treasures awaits us. Contact. Ha-ha! Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's see what happens when we done cut, or maybe we, fuck it. Let's see. I happen to have purchased at the local outfitter a tool to dismantle this. Well, this part's pretty tough words. She chooches on. It's quite piercing, actually. There must be some modular. Fuck. Fucking fuckity fuck. The new camera. 'Tis a poor craftsman what blames his tools. I mean, is it just me? Do I bring this on myself? Anyway, in the time it took to flummox the GD Japanese camera, this thing let all the sound out that it's going to let out. So now we can't get the oscilloscope out. Well, we can get it out, but it's useless because it's not chooching. And, oh, there we go. There we go. That's quite piercing, actually. The tone is irritating. I'm going to go put my ear hole pluggers in. Always with the focusing. Fuck. There we go. Okay, unfortunately, she chooched twice, and that's all the noisemaker she had in her. So we're not going to see what it looks like. But, gratuitous old school cool shot. That's right. That's right. I've taken the raw audio of the chirp out and put it into Audacity. Let's try this here. There you go. You can see what it looks like. And then we just do a frequency analysis. This is an FFT. So we can see this pulse, the big chirp, happens twice a second. And then there's all these other frequencies here. That's essentially one main one. Let's change this a little bit. 3257 hertz, and then we get the harmonic of that over here. So that has nothing to do with it, but we've got a few tones going on. And that's the tones interfering is what gives it that warble. Pretty irritating. And it looks like the tones are offset just enough to give it that irritating warble. So if you were to do this, if you had, now the problem is I don't know if it's square wave or triangle wave or what, but if you were trying to emulate one of these, if you had one right around 2926 and then right around 3249 and a few others, you could get that same noise. And I believe this is just the harmonic of those guys. This is the RFID side of things. This is what actually alarms when you go out the door past those RFID gates. And I was expecting a little strip in there, but yeah, there's a whole huge coil. Let's have a closer peek. So that's interesting. It's not one of those little strip RFIDs. It's a proper ferrite core. And it looks like it's got some urethane conformal coating on there. Well, no, it'd probably be acrylic. And then, fucking focus, you new camera. Just a pain right in the dick. This is why we can't have nice things. And then some speaker wire. It's got, yeah, it's not dipped. It's actually got a jacketing on there and a little capacitor. And that is what sets off the alarm. Now, the plastic bits, skookum as hell, like hard to get apart. You saw that. I had it in the 2-ton vise there. Now, in the warm glow of false nostalgia, I had hoped that they had implemented a 555 timer in here, or maybe even a 556. Unfortunately, not. It's a microcontroller, and of course, it stands to reason because despite what the guys who grew up in the 70s say, the 555 timer is, you know, it's kind of dead because you would need a whole bunch of passive components on here in order to get the same warble out. And there'd be more components because you'd need trim pots and all the whole work. So what we have is a little 6-pin microcontroller here. This is the brain box. Direct connection to the LED, which blinks. Then we got a diode. Now you see here it's got 3 pins. It looks like a transistor, but it is actually a diode. And that's just for ease of assembly. They use that package and it goes on the surface mount. These are all surface mount components. So, holy fuck with the focus. Sorry about that, camera fighting me every step of the way. Life is a lot harder when you're a bumbling idiot. Okay, so there's the microcontroller there. I looked up the number, couldn't find nothing. Here we got a diode. As I said, well, 3-pin just for assembly, ease of assembly. And we got a little transistor here, little MOSFET device. So the microcontroller will be taking the 3 volts from the bateria on the obverse. And, oh my good gracious. This will be the death of us all, I'm telling you. And anyway, it chooches, sends pixies to the LED. They shoot out photons every once in a while. And then here's the thing. You see this guy? This makes a circuit here along the anti-tamper cordon. And if the circuit is interrupted, this guy enables the speaker. Now, this is a pretty small speaker, but it's loud and irritating. And of course, just a little coin cell on the back side there. Capped on tape. That's polyamide plastic, I believe. Doesn't melt, but at real high temperature. Or it might not melt at all, it might just burn. Anyway, super simple, not much to it. So I don't know what they charge for these, but they seem to be doing a bustling business. And it seems to come down to the hoary old platitude, locks only keep out the honest people, right? But as a deterrent for a crime of opportunity, yeah, that's going to keep the 14-year-olds out. But it's not going to keep any hardened shoplifting criminals out. who are determined to steal high-value items. But this is very interesting on the design side because it's an extremely skookum enclosure for cheap. I mean, nylon plastic, yeah, that's a little bit expensive, but it's very, very robust. Had to take the 32 ouncer out of my pants just to smashy. And that stuff there, that aircraft cable, that's tough to cut. I couldn't cut it with the, won't cut with a knife. Or maybe it will. Yeah, it won't cut with a knife. Well, it would after a while. It will cut with a pair of these scissors though, fancy Olfa scissors. But these are tougher as shit. And, oh, there we go. Gotta get right in there. Oh. There we go. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. Keep your prick in the slice.